Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone who do rule and teach well. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Barakatham. Peace and blessing salutations, as always, to the sincere Akim, noising this gospel abroad, keeping the faith and testimony of our Lord Yahushai. To the few sincere Aquath that listen and learn as well, to you I say shalom. So there's a whole lot of war news that's going on in the planet Earth, and this man Esau, he's just going absolutely insane right now. It's like this man is really picking a fight with all the nations. But see, this is to show you that he's on the way out. You know, this is a desperate attempt from Esau to hold on to his hegemony, because he knows that it's slipping. All that he's seeing out there in the heavens, the things taking place within the earth, you know, he's seeing all kinds of signs and things, so he knows that his time is short. And pursuant to Revelation 12:12, as it says, you know, the devil cometh unto you with great wrath, for he know that he hath but a short time. You know, and we also know that 2 Ezra 6:9 says that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So being that this man is at the end of his world, the end of his kingdom and his reign, he not just going to lay down. Okay, Esau going out with bang. Okay, so pretty much what he's doing now is he's going for everything that, you know, he feels belongs to him. Okay, just the other day, you had him with the CIA and special ops. You know, went up in Venezuela and pretty much abducted Nicolas Maduro and his wife, and he is now extradited them to America, and is supposed to undergo trial this week. All right, and that's illegal as hell. You know, America's pretty much getting cussed out, you know, even by their the European allies, man. So, you know, Esau, he's, you know, definitely being seen as the problem of the earth, you know, the hammer of the whole earth, you know, through America. And these nations, you know, the only way that they're going to be able to take this devil down is if they all come together, okay, which that's what's going to happen via biblical prophecy. Okay, the earth is going to rise up against this man, as it says in Job, the 20th chapter. All right. You read Joel, the 3rd chapter, you know, it speaks about, you know, wake up the mighty men, prepare for war. All right, so we're definitely in a time of war. You know, peace has left the earth, and it's only going to get worse, man. Okay, things are only going to continue to degrade and get worse the closer that we get to the coming of Yahweh Shai. All right, so we do these lessons and these shows to show you how close we are indeed, you know, to that great and dreadful day. You know, to get yourself right. And these are the signs, the things that we're seeing that directly correlate back to biblical prophecy. So I got this video from Dabu right here, and this is going into how America, you know, they may soon intervene in the affairs of Iran. Okay, it's pretty much what you have over there now. You've been having protests go on. The CIA, you know, Mossad, the American CIA as well, they pretty much staging a color revolution within the nation of Iran, okay, to destabilize from within, and then they'll be able to come in and pretty much do a regime change, all right, so they can put who they want in the power seat of Iran, so that they can benefit from the oil and the other resources that are also there, trade routes and things of that nature. You see, so yeah, you know, this is all just Esau being the devil. And he's not going to stop. Okay, he's not going to stop until Yahweh Bashman Shai stops him. So this is Dabu. Let's check it out.
This is Dabu7, and it looks like we have a series of events here that are showing that a military operation is about to go down in regards to Iran. We know that Maduro has been captured, and things are kind of fluid with the whole Caribbean, and there's definitely going to be some blowback. Something's going to happen in response to all these moves. You can almost guarantee that. But one thing is for sure, Iran is calling for this right now. They're saying that they're expecting the U.S. and Israel to hit them here within the next 72 hours or so.
So these are the wars and rumors of wars that our Lord Yahweh Shai warned us that we would see in the last days before he would make his second return. And, these rumors, all right, because nothing has happened as of yet, but the rumors are out there. Oh, the U.S. may intervene within the affairs, the protests of Iran. Okay, there's rumors of America may strike Iran within 72 hours. You know what I'm saying? So there's just a whole bunch of rumors going around. All right, nothing's been confirmed, but seeing how cocky and how proud Esau is right now, it wouldn't be surprising at this point for this devil to go into Iran. All right, I mean, he's pretty much doing what he want to do right now. All right, and this is nothing more than Rome, the Western Roman Empire revive. Okay, because when you go back to the conquest of Julius Caesar, he pretty much was doing the same thing. Julius Caesar, he ignored the Congress. He ignored the laws of engagement, if you will, for the Roman Empire, and he pretty much just went out and he was just conquering, man. He was just spending all type of money, just doing anything that he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much became a military dictator, and that's partially what led to the internal collapse of the ancient Western Roman Empire. Was all that conquering, man, because all that money was being spent. Money was being taken away from social services and civil projects and things of that nature. People were upset. The politics were a mess. It's pretty much the same thing that you have today. All right, so America's about to fall, man, and Israel got next.
See right here, multiple headlines. They're preparing for a new wave of American-Israeli attacks in the region. And a lot of signs are pointing that way. Another big clue or hint that this is going down is there's been an onslaught of military assets heading across the ocean and into the region, into the area. A ton left out of Fort Campbell here in Kentucky, and the Night Stalkers that were conducting the whole Maduro raid, they are now heading toward Iran. So we have a wave of C-17s. We've got the Night Stalkers in motion. Many that are connected to the military say, man, you're only making moves like this if something's about to go down. It looks like indeed something's about to happen. Big time here. Signals all over the place. Plus, we have huge explosions that have already started inside of Iran. You can see on the right, that is the first explosion that happened today. All the talk around that was sabotage, and they're not sure what caused it. And here within the past 5 minutes, a secondary explosion, a massive explosion, has been reported inside of Iran. So we've got these explosions going off with massive protests on the ground that we know our government is backing and supporting, per se, color revolution, and to cause chaos to try to oust Khomeini and to basically overthrow the power structure in Iran. We've seen it coming for a long time.
Yeah, you see, because they want Khomeini out of there because he's not playing ball with the West. All right, and furthermore, he's not willing to give up the oil in Iran to America's corporations, man. So that's a big problem. All right, they don't have a Rothschild controlled bank within the nation of Iran, so they can't really destroy them economically like that. You know what I'm saying? They can't really mess up Iran's economy. You know what I'm saying? Because Iran, they trade with Russia, China, which China is like the world's factory. All right, so if trade is open with China, then yeah, I mean your nation is pretty much good, man. And that's why even with Venezuela, Trump gave the order to pretty much cut off the Venezuelan ports so that they couldn't receive any goods or send anything out. Okay, that's what you do when you try to cripple a nation's economy. You know what I'm saying? Cut off their trade routes, man. But they can't really do that with Iran because Iran has ways to get around American sanctions. All right. So because Khomeini does not want to play ball, and they screaming, death to Babylon and stuff like that. Esau, he's this devil's getting fired up in the spirit, man. So now, Yahweh Bashman Shai put a spirit on E to just start going crazy, man, to just start going at everybody. All right. But all he's doing is stirring up World War III, just making more enemies. All right. And the time is going to come where there will be attacks, on American soil, man. Okay. Because they've been talking about it to let you know that there are foreign sleeper cells on American soil. And they've already been warning since the start of this year that, this year that there will be potential major attacks on American soil. All right, which that's not far-fetched because all those millions of military-aged men that came over the border years ago, they're in these cities, man. All right, and when they get the green light, they're gonna make it happen. So, yeah, we're definitely in those times, man, where you got to stay prayed up. Watch where you go, watch who you be around, and just be very vigilant, man. Be very circumspect. The scriptures speak about and how in Timothy's that in the last days will come perilous times. All right, peril goes into danger. All right, so we're in a very dangerous, cutthroat world. So, you definitely got to be aware of what's going on, and always have your head on a swivel. And first and foremost, have to, be praying to Yahweh Bashman Shai to protect you in these times, man. That's the most important thing. You know what I'm saying?
It looks like they're actually gearing up for another wave here. And this may be more drawn out and larger than the last series of events that we've seen that just struck a couple spots and then they were done. They were like, we took out their nuclear capability, which checked out to not be true. So the targets, yet to be seen. One thing's for sure, though, everything's in motion and it's going down here in terms of this. I'd expect big moves from here. Join me for the live stream going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Dabu 77.
Yeah, so you see, big moves are being made on the world stage, man. Okay, especially by Babylon. Let's get a few headlines from here. All right, because there's a lot of war news that's happening. MOTB news as well. News reports indicate that the U.S. is considering some intervention in the ongoing Iran protests. Yeah, so that's a rumor there. That the U.S. is going to get involved. We'll see what happens. But if they send in military aircraft over to that side of the world to Iran, then more than likely something's getting ready to go down over there, man. All right, you heard Dabu say that there's already been explosions going on within the country. So the devil is working, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Esau's over there. He's working hard to destabilize Iran so he can go in and capitalize, man. That, what I'm saying? That's what the devil do. Yeah, Zelensky is now urging the U.S. to take down Putin after the capture of Maduro. All right. So this is the same guy that allegedly, he denied trying to assassinate Putin. All right, now he's calling on Babylon to take down Putin, man. All right, so these devils are all divided. All right, Satan's house is divided, man. Esau is divided within himself. All right, you got Esau warring against Esau and the other nations. You see, Colombia president furious. Come get me. I'm waiting in huge taunt to Trump, right? So even these, smaller, weaker nations, man, they talking shit against America. He calling out Trump like, yo, I'm here. Come get me if you can. All right? I'm waiting on you. You see? So this is after they snatched up Maduro, which look, man, if they was able to snatch up Maduro that easy, all right, then the president of Colombia, really all the presidents of South America, all right, Central and South America, which are the tribes, that are not aligned with America, they got to be on high alert, okay? Because Esau, he what I'm saying, he's going crazy. Esau looking to just take everything, man. All right, we really live under a gangster government, man. All right, Esau really out here just He-Man, all right? Just going around, just strong arm and shit, man. That's how this devil getting down. Because he's at the point to where that's all that he has left. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're at the point now where Esau, again, knowing that his time is short, he's not going to try to be diplomatic with you. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to try to talk it out and sit down at the round table, which if he did that before, that was only to pacify you. All right. If you know, if Esau wanted to sit down at the round table and have a talk, so to say, that was only to pick your brain, know what you're thinking, and get you to put your guard down. Okay. But 6 months to a year later, this devil is making preparations to come in and take over your whole country and destroy everything. That's just how you get down. But we're in a time now where, you know, Esau straight up, he just coming with the sword, man. Because ultimately, why? That's his blessing. You know, you go back to Genesis 27, you know, Isaac, his father, gave him the blessing that, hey, that by the sword shalt thou live. All right, so we see that this man is you know, living by the sword. U.S. spy jet seen circling Mexico coast as Trump threatens Venezuela-style military attack. All right, so hey, it's also rumors as well that they about to go up and make war with Mexico. All right, you got spy jets circling Mexico. You know what I'm saying? And they threatening a Venezuela-style attack on Mexico. Okay, so just wars and rumors of wars, man. All right, just as our Lord Yahweh Shah told us. Is Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei planning a Moscow exit? All right, so they saying that Khamenei, you know, this is allegedly, all right, that he's looking to get out of Iran because he knows that, you know, what's coming, and that he's looking to make an exit to Moscow. Okay, look, man, these are the things that are not making you know, front line news in America, but the world is crazy right now. All right, the world is in an uproar. You see, things are very fragile. You know, just you know, the attention in the earth right now. You know what I'm saying, you can cut it with a knife, man. That, you know, that's how thick it is. All right, so we're really just in a powder keg, just, you know, ready to explode, man. All right, listen, we're already in World War III. All these nations are involved. All these nations are getting ready. Nobody's talking about peace. Nobody's even trying to hear about peace. It's like, nah, we going to war. All right, because again, that's the spirit that's in the earth right now. The latest wearable technology is about to go mainstream. Yeah, that's those rings, those Oura rings, okay? To where now they about to push this thing heavy. You know, they about to push the chip heavy, which this is the precursor to the Mark, all right? Because we know that before World War III goes nuclear, that the MOTB must come first. And we see these devils, you know, especially with these rings right here, that they're gradually moving people into biotech, right? Wearable technology. Remember when RFK Jr. was talking about that wearable technology? Well, this is what you have now. You know what I'm saying? This about to be the new wave, okay? Trump sets sights on Greenland, but Denmark claps back, not for sale. So, that, you know, this also goes into the prophecy of Revelation 17:16. All right, to where they say that the beast shall hate the whore. Okay, the beast being NATO and the EU. All right, primarily made up of the collective Western nations, you know what I'm saying, Europe and America, Australia. All right, that would be the beast system. You know, the small hats are also a part of that. But the 10 horns, okay, which are the, you know, so-called European nations, you know, they're hating the whore right now because this dude Trump, you know, he's coming out talking about that he want to take Greenland from Denmark, which, you know, America wants Greenland because it's a strategic, you know, it's a strategic land with a lot of resources, with a lot of, you know, minerals and things that they need for this NWO. And of course, you know, Babylon wants to be the world leader in this new digital future, man. So, you know, they want to take control of Greenland. And, you know, Trump is pretty much threatening war against Denmark, you know, if they don't, you know, concede Greenland to America. So all over the place, all over the earth, look, we're only 5 days in to the so-called New Year, okay, which the real New Year starts in spring, but we're only 5 days in, and it's already been jam-packed. Things are moving fast right now, all right? North Korea test fires hypersonic missiles. You see? So look, these nations are getting ready for war, man, all right? China social media hails U.S. Maduro capture as template for China to invade Taiwan. So you see all these rumors, okay, all these rumors of war, man, like, it's just coming out the woodwork now. 5 days in, all this stuff is happening. Trump is now threatening Venezuela's new leader with a fate worse than Maduro, all right? Secretary of State Marco Rubio, these devils, man. Look, when you read Habakkuk 2 and 5, and it says that he keepeth not at home, this nigga is everywhere. All right? He's in Venezuela. He about to go in Colombia, Taiwan, Nigeria, Europe, Greenland, Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Cuba. This man is everywhere. But see, this is the hammer of the whole earth, and Lord willing, we can get that. But the Secretary of State Marco Rubio gives warning to Cuba they could be next. All right, so they talking about, this is more of the rumors of war. They talking about America now, Babylon going up in Cuba. All right. Yeah, so it's definitely getting crazy out here. Okay. Major food market at NYC is storing biometric data on shoppers' eyes, voices, and faces. Okay, so this is that digital beast system that's coming into play, man. Okay, and I can very well see Esau pushing that thing, heavy this year. Okay, Lord will this be the year, all right, that they make this thing come forth. All right, but let's get the book of 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, in verse 15. It says, "The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the whole of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?" What days? The last days, all right? The time of great tribulation and anguish and sorrow and wars and pestilence and famine upon the earth, man. This is what Ezra is seeing, and he's like, woe is me. Who's going to save me in the midst of these things, right? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, right? We see that right now. Homelessness at an all-time high. People losing their jobs left and right. People can't afford to eat. They can't afford to clothe themselves. Like, society is just a complete mess, man. Like, mental health is a serious issue, right? Not only in America, but all over the world, man. Because why? This world is, fading away. Okay, so the sorrow is increasing. The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars. See? The beginning of wars, man. You know what I'm saying? All these wars popping off. All these rumors of wars that you see and just come out the woodwork. The beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So even though all these things are happening, via biblical prophecy that our Lord Yahushua told us to look forward to, people are still not mindful. People are still not tapping into these things, because for a lot of people, tapping into the news and prophecy is, what's the word I'm looking for? It's depressing, which, yeah, it is depressing if you're in the wrong spirit, like if you want this world to be healed and you want this world to continue on, then yeah, looking at the news, it's not going to increase your faith, it's going to make you afraid. It's going to make you worried, because it's like, damn, what the hell is about to happen next? Like, what's my future going to look like? But see, those of us that are, that have come out of this world, that are seeking Yahweh Shai in this time, to the best of our ability to be upright before him, we know our future is not this, man. Like, we know our future is the kingdom of heaven. So we're not worried about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Let this place crash and burn. Let these heathen destroy themselves. And you know, we trying to get the hell out of here. Okay, that's our prayer, that we be saved from these things, man. You know, we not praying for this world to be healed. We not praying for this, you know, decrepit ass society to be brought back to its greatness. No. Okay, now is the time for, you know, the Lord's chosen to be freed from their captivity, and for the heathen to pay for their wickedness and iniquity. Okay, and guess what? The rulership of the heathen is going to go out through violence. Okay, let's get the hammer of the whole earth. I believe that's Jeremiah. Might be 50 or 49, one of those chapters. Yup, Jeremiah 50 and verse 23. Matter of fact, let's start at 21. It says, go up against the land of Marathaim, okay, which that really goes into America, you know, Babylon the Great, even against it and against the inhabitants of Pekod, waste and utterly destroy after them, saith the Lord, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. A sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. So what is the Lord preparing, man? He's preparing a war, battle, Armageddon. Okay, this is going to be the final world's war, in which the Lord is going to plead with the nations, man. All right, to where he's going to judge them and bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, or Yahweh Shaphat, which means Yahweh's decision. Okay, that's where he's going to judge all the nations round about and put them down. All right, take them out of their rule, man, and set up the kingdom of heaven and righteousness upon the planet earth. Verse 23, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Yeah. So America, Babylon the Great, is the hammer, and all the other nations that want to pop up and talk shit, they're the nail. Okay, so whatever nail pops up, America goes around and beat them back down. Okay, to where they, you know, to where they become quiet. You know what I'm saying? That's the function of America. But really, when you want to be technical, man, America is the military arm of the small hats. All right. That's why, look, that, you know, that's really why America is running all around the earth doing all this stuff, because the small hats are sanctioning it. Okay, that's why they're trying to go at Iran. You know what I'm saying? That's why they just went up in Venezuela and took Maduro. Now they're talking about Colombia and Mexico and all these other nations, man. Like, they're deliberately trying to, you know, crash the West to bring about this new beast system. All right, that's going to be their means of stability. You know what I'm saying? Joel, the 3rd chapter. Let's get it. All right. Joel chapter. No, Slakia. Then it's Joel, the 2nd chapter. Slakia. Joel, the 2nd chapter. And no, Slakia. Hold on. I think I'm getting confused. How is it worded? Slakia, bear me one moment. I know it's in Joel. Yeah, we'll just type in wake up the mighty man. Slakia, it's been a long day. barely slept last night. Okay, Joel 3. All right. Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords. All right, when it says beat your plowshares into swords, right, that right there should tell you that the earth has left a time of peace. All right, because a plowshare is something that you use to, you know, plow the field. You know what I'm saying? To get the soil ready to receive the seed. Okay, now the fact that the scriptures say to beat your plowshares into swords, all right, you only farm when you're in a time of peace. Okay, when you're at war, people ain't thinking about farming. You know what I'm saying? People are thinking about taking up arms to defend what they got. Okay, so when the scriptures say to beat your plowshares into swords, man, that denotes a time of great distress, a time of great tribulation upon the planet Earth, which is the time that we're coming into now. And your pruning hooks, which is also a instrument of farming, into spears. You see, so turn your, you know, peaceful weapons of you know, farming agriculture, you know what I'm saying? Turn that into a weapon of war, okay? So that should tell you right there all that you need to know, man. You know what I'm saying? The time we in now is about to be brutal, okay? Let the weak say, I am strong. Yeah, all these weaker nations, you know what I'm saying? Just like we saw the one article with the president of Colombia. Hey, come and get me. I'm waiting on you, all right? These weaker nations, now they talking shit against America because, quite frankly, the whole earth is tired of America. They're tired of Esau. All right, so they in that spirit to where, you know, something gonna happen to where they, you know, the nations gonna come together and they gonna take this man out of his rule. But see, the cold part about it is, it's all from Yahweh Bashmel Shai. You see, all of what the nations are talking about, all of, you know, how they feel and things like that. That's all from the Lord, man. Because why? The Lord got the Scorpio on Esau Edom. You see, the Lord got the Scorpio on this damn devil. All right. In the same way he came in, which is through violence, that's the same way that he gonna go out. All right. Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, or Yahweh in the Paleo Hebrew, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So that's where the Lord is going to judge all the heathen, okay? And it's going to take place in Western Asia, okay? Mainly around around the nation of Israel is really going to be where the nations are going to converge, okay? Because, you know what I'm saying, that's where the Lord's going to, you know, gather them to be judged, man. All right? In the valley of decision. Verse 13, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fast overflow, for their wickedness is great. You see that? So the Lord is getting ready to, you know, cut these heathen down, man. Okay, to put them out of their misery, right? When you read in the Psalms, it speaks about, you know, King David, you know, why do the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing? You know, these heathen are raging right now. You know what I'm saying? Esau, he's raging all across the planet Earth because he has this vain imagination to hold on to his world hegemony and to overcome prophecy. But see, that's a vain imagination because it's not going to happen. Okay, the Lord is not going to allow this devil to rule past his said time. All right, Esau's time is short, and the Lord about to cut him off. All right, so seeing that, you know, he's, you know, raging, man. All right, he's trying to, you know, again, overcome prophecy. You see, but the Lord is not mocked, and the Lord's will be done. All right. All the prophecies in the book must be fulfilled before the end can come. Okay. You know, once those you know, you saw that one article, North Korea testing those hypersonic missiles, man. All these nations best believe that they got their missiles on standby. All right, but they're not going to be shot off just yet, and because certain things still need to go down. Okay, the MOTB got to come. All right. Really, I mean, really, once the MOTB comes, man, that's pretty much the end game right there. Because by the time they roll out the MOTB, all these nations are pretty much going to be ready to shoot their nukes off any damn way. All right, and what's that? Burn is an oven. All right. Malachi 4:1. Right, and this is one of my favorite scriptures in the whole Bible, man. This scripture is cold. Okay, final admonition. Okay, so this is it. Okay, this is the end game for these heathen, man. All right, so we're going to read Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. That's cold right there. Okay. The Lord said that he not gonna leave them root nor branch, man. You know, all the wicked, all the proud, okay, shall be stubble in that day, and that's gonna be when them ICBMs, you know, come down. You know what I'm saying? When Yahweh shall come back with the hosts of heaven, the chariots with the laser chariot fire. Okay, this place, Babylon, the Great America, is going to be the lake of fire, man. You know what I'm saying? It's this place going to be one big, you know, ball of fire, okay? So these are the times we're coming into, you know what I'm saying? And all these things that we see, again, it's only going to continue to ramp up Luke 21:25 says that, men's hearts shall fail them for fear. You have a lot of people in fear right now. They're scared. They're trying to, buy tangible assets, gold and silver. Copper is pretty much sold out now. That's to show you what time we in, man. Like copper, you can't buy copper nowhere. Showing you that people know that an economic collapse is coming. They know that there's a reset on the way, and they know the times are getting hard. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? People are trying to get their hands on whatever form of wealth that they deem is going to be beneficial to them. All right, but at the end of the day, if you ain't got Yahweh Shai Shai working on your behalf, then guess what? It's all in vain. Okay, it's not going to work, man. But at the end, you're going to be confounded. All right, but the Lord will keep his elect, will keep his faithful. All right, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out, Lord willing. This lesson is edifying through the Rakah Kedash. Call Lord Yahweh Bashmi Bashai, Bashim Rakah Kedash. And until next time, Lord willing, shalom to the elect. Kum Yasha'Allah, Wa Ba Shalom.